Does anyone have a question?
Stuart, I have a question, Bob Sink.
Yes, Bob.
How best can I address my personal opinions to reinvent them?
I mean, I'm laughing because that's the last person you should listen to is your personal opinion. No, and I mean that. I mean, look, we have opinions. We think we know what's right. World is constantly proving to us that we don't know what's right, that we have to learn to listen to it so that we can change inside ourselves and grow. And our personal opinions, you understand? I mean, you impose them on the world, and there's always going to be conflict. Somebody that's going to come along, and put their arm around your shoulder and say, I agree. And there's going to be people that come along that don't agree, and there's going to be conflict. I think the best thing to do is to listen to the people that don't agree with you and find out why you have attracted them in your life and what you can do to change inside, so that there isn't a conflict with the objective world and with other people's opinions, and you're not in a battle and a war with them. I mean, frankly, I try not to listen to myself. I'd much rather keep my mind quiet, keep my emotions quiet, and allow myself to be nurtured by higher creative energy in the universe. Not to set up any blocks about what I think is right or wrong, but to allow that energy to come into me. And it's a remarkable creative force. As I say all the time, it creates all the great art is created by that force in the universe. All the great music. I mean, even the music that's not so great and the art that's not so great, depending upon really how open a human being is when that energy flows through them. Now, I think I've learned to understand that the greatest work of art of all is life itself. And we are creating the reality that's around us. And if we start, opinionating ourselves about what a reality is supposed to be and not so, you understand, we're just going to get lost in a lot of conflict and tension and ultimately a great deal of unhappiness. If we open and let this energy flow through us and really create our lives, it's creating this masterpiece called life. In the beginning, every moment is the beginning. It's the masterpiece called life. And life, as we see it, is a manifestation of how we perceive reality. So if you have an opinion about what you think life should be, you understand there's going to be 8 billion people in the world that have maybe a different opinion, and there's just going to be war all the time. People conflicted with each other. If you let this go and you say, okay, let this higher energy flow through me and create my view of reality,
Mhm.
our life itself becomes this amazing work of art, an extraordinary thing that we have to live with every day. So, I think when you have all these opinions in your brain, and you have to justify your existence and what's right and wrong, I mean, that's just enough to drive anybody crazy. And I mean it. And it's just enough to disconnect you from being open to a higher force of energy in the universe. So, a lot of people probably would disagree with me and say, no, it's my world and I created and I am it. And to me, it's a bunch of ego. It's a bunch of people that have to justify their lives according to the way they think right is right or wrong. And, it doesn't work. But maybe in their own sense of reality, it works for them. And I can't fight with them. I have to listen to them too and allow them to teach me something about myself. And I think this, to me anyway, it's kind of an important way to live because it frees us, as I always say all the time, from the one person that keeps us from connecting with higher creative energy. It's ourselves. We set up the word blocks. We keep that energy from nurturing us deeply inside. We have opinions about life instead of opening and saying, well, forget about what can I learn by allowing myself to live here in a state of surrender and openness to what higher energy in the universe has to teach me? So, I mean, that's, look, I mean, I got I got kind of an email from a guy who's going to he's a therapist and he's going to do a podcast with me in about a week or so. And he had all his lines of what how does meditation and therapy work together? How do you tell people that do therapy that, that meditation is better? Should you tell them that? I mean, all kinds of stuff like this. And I said, all right, let me see what happens when we start interacting. And I listen to him and open to what he's giving to me and try in myself to find answers that allow this person to live also. I don't have to be right. And I think a situation like that is amazing because it'll really force me to grow, force me to not have opinions about things I don't believe right, and to really break myself down, to be able to listen to other people, allow them to be, allow them to live, find out what they have to teach me about myself. And I honestly like to live that way, because it allows me to do one thing I've always wanted to do, and that's to be in the present, not manufacture the present in my brain, just to be in the present, which is perhaps the greatest teacher, if we allow it to teach us life itself. Not what we think about life, but life itself. Does anyone else have a question? I don't know if that answered your question.
That was very good. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Taught me a lot, and I like to learn here. Hmm. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask? Okay, if there are no questions, no more questions. There will be meditation on Sunday at 1 o'clock, and then again this is Sunday. There'll be a meditation class this evening. At 7:30, Pat will teach it, and then this class will, the 1 o'clock will be on Tuesday. And again, as I always say, thank you. God bless you all. And I'm telling you, I can't tell you how much your presence in my life teaches me about what I have to learn to grow and have a spiritual life. And I mean that. And I have nothing but gratitude for the presence of each and every one of you here. So thank you. God bless you all, and have a wonderful weekend and Sunday. And I hope I'll be seeing you all soon. Thank you.
Thank you, Stuart.
Thank you, Stuart.
Thank you, Stuart.
Thank you, Stuart.
Thank you, Stuart. Thank you, Stuart.
You're welcome.